a sudden departure from WWE. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is Just Pro Wrestling News for Friday, December 10th, 2021. A big welcome to those of you listening on TheWrestlingRevolution.com. You can bring our updates to your website. Find out how at JustProWrestlingNews.com.
WWE.
Wrestlers and fans are offering well wishes after Fightful reported on Thursday that WWE has released Jeff Hardy. The news comes less than a week after an incident at a weekend house show in Texas where Hardy left the ringside area mid-match by leaving through the crowd. Hardy retweeted a tweet by his wife Beth on Thursday that read, quote, "Jeff is good, we are good," end quote. Jeff Hardy was being promoted for a tag team match on tonight's SmackDown. Obviously, that will not be happening. But WWE announced on Thursday that the Raw Tag Team Champions Randy Orton and Riddle will be on tonight's show, and they'll be in a three-way match against the SmackDown Tag Champs, the Usos, and King Woods and Kofi Kingston. Plus, SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair versus Toni Storm in a non-title match, Naomi versus Sonya Deville, and the SmackDown debut of Xia Li. Tonight's 205 Live has the in-ring debut of Lash Legend. There are new tag team champions in NXT UK. Mustache Mountain dethroned Pretty Deadly on Thursday's show. That makes Tyler Bate the first Triple Crown champion in NXT UK. Also on Thursday's show, Blair Davenport beat Amelia McKenzie, and Sam Gradwell beat Shaw Samuels.
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor World Champion Bandito will not be part of Saturday's Final Battle pay-per-view. He was pulled from the show after testing positive for COVID-19. Bandito was set to defend the ROH title against Jonathan Gresham. It sounds like he will be stripped of the gold, and Gresham will face someone else for the title. Nothing official had been announced as of Thursday night. There is a new match just added to Final Battle. The Hex, Allison Kay and Marty Bell, plus Chelsea Green versus Angelina Love, Mandy Leone, and Miranda Alisei. In addition to Final Battle, this weekend's ROH TV has PCO versus Sledge in a Falls Count Anywhere match, EC3 versus Eli Isom, and Chelsea Green versus Miranda Alisei.
AEW.
Chris Jericho was hospitalized in the United Kingdom on Thursday. He's on tour with Fozzy, but their show in Wales, scheduled for Friday, is now canceled. The venue explained that Jericho was, quote, hospitalized due to a non-COVID-19 health issue that can be treated, end quote. The AEW tag team titles are on the line on tonight's Rampage. The Lucha Brothers defend against FTR. Also tonight, it's time to send Hook. The son of Taz makes his in-ring debut against Fuego del Sol. Plus Adam Cole versus Wheeler Yuta. And Ruby Soho, Ty Conti, and Anna Jay versus Nyla Rose, The Bunny, and Penelope Ford.
Impact Wrestling.
New matches are set for Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill pay-per-view, including Josh Alexander versus Jonah. Also, the lineup is set for the Women's Ultimate X match at Hard to Kill. It'll be Rosemary, Jordan Grace, Tasha Steelz, Chelsea Green, Rachel Ellering, and Lady Frost, who is now officially signed with Impact. Frost also beat Kimber Lee on last night's Before the Impact. Getting back to the main show last night, Eric Young won a street fight over Rhino. Deonna Purrazzo and Matthew Raywald beat Knockouts champion Mickie James and Chris Sabin. Purrazzo pinned James with a little help from Raywald. Matt Cardona beat W. Morrissey via disqualification. And Finjuice beat the Learning Trees, VSK, and Zicky Dice. This week's episode of MLW Fusion Alpha was delayed. It premiered on its YouTube channel on Thursday, and there are new MLW Tag Team Champions. 5150, Slice Boogie and Rivera ended the reign of Los Parks. Also on the show, Enzo won his MLW debut over Matt Cross. Erez beat Aramis and was rewarded with a briefcase full of cash. And Alex Hammerstone was attacked backstage by Matanza Duran, and those two brawled basically all over the place for the entire show.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
There's now a three-way tie for the top spot in New Japan's World Tag League Tournament. Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi beat Great-O-Khan and Aaron Hanare on Thursday to move to 16 points. Tetsuya Naito and Sonata and Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. kept pace with wins of their own on Thursday. The final day of pool matches is on Sunday. Saturday is the last day of pool matches in the Best of the Super Juniors. Hiromu Takahashi and El Desperado will enter the day tied for first at 13 points. Takahashi will face Robbie Eagles, who is one of 4 men just 1 point behind the leaders. Despy will face El Phantasmo. He is mathematically eliminated. Sho and Yo will go head-to-head. Both of them are still alive in the tournament, just a point back of the leaders. The 4th man sitting at 12 points is Taiji Ishimori. He will face Ryusuke Taguchi. Again, that's all coming up on Saturday. And that is just pro wrestling news for Friday, December 10th. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.